The world's largest sailing superyacht has been seized. The largest sailing yacht in the world, named the Sailing Yacht A. When you get the biggest sailing yacht, you know the price tag on this is going to be big too. This huge yacht cost $578 million to build. At that price tag, you know a millionaire can't afford it and can only be a billionaire. This incredible superyacht was commissioned by Andrey Melnichenko. He is just shy of the top 100 on the Forbes Richest list, currently at number 105. With a net worth of $11.9 billion, Melnichenko owns major fertilizer producer EuroChem Group and coal company SUEK. His first business venture was a chain of currency exchange booths. Later, he invested that money in the fertilizer and coal industry and a huge part into yachts, as you can see. But enough about the owner. Let's see why this boat cost $578 million. This unique one-of-a-kind boat measures almost 143 meters. That is about 1 1/2 of a football field, a total gross tonnage of about 12,600. She is one of the most impressive superyachts in the world in terms of design and technology. Its propulsion consists of a variable speed hybrid powerplant with 2 line shaft controllable pitch propellers that is sail assisted by a 3-mast fore and aft sailing rig, max speed at 21 knots with a cruising speed 16 knots. Built by Nobelskrug in Kiel, Germany. Designed by world-renowned yacht designer Philippe Starck, Melnichenko assembled his own team to take the project from concept to completion. He chose Dirk Kloosterman, a veteran project manager of superyacht builds, to lead it. Kloosterman was involved in the build of Larry Ellison's Rising Sun before taking on Motor Yacht for Melnichenko. Constructed mostly in steel incorporating composite and carbon fiber to keep weight down. In profile from her high bow, the shear line climbs aft before dropping down to an almost retro astern. The line is seamless, without interruption or sight of any deck equipment, anchors, balconies, or openings of any kind. But they are all there, cleverly hidden away. Astonishingly, there are 24 shell doors in the hull. The windows, which are all oval, look small from a distance, but all have a magnifying effect, making them seem huge from the inside. A special one-way film covers the exterior of the glass for privacy and helps to blend them into the custom metallic paint finish by Alexiel. She has 8 decks, connected by multiple elevators and free-floating spiral staircases, garages for 4 tenders and a submarine, as well as a touch-and-go helipad on the bow. Every part of her interior has been designed to be flowing and organic. Anyone who had the chance to stay on the yacht would love it. 3 colossal unstayed masts is the focal point of this superyacht. It is the largest carbon masts in the world. It really makes the Sailing Yacht a one-of-a-kind. The mainmast towers 100 meters above the waterline. That is actually taller than Big Ben. An enclosed electric gimbaled crow's nest is incorporated to whoosh a crew member 60 meters up the mast for what will surely be one of the most amazing views on the water. Dijkstra Naval Architects, the Dutch naval architect that designed the rig for Maltese Falcon, was the obvious choice to develop an easy-to-use and safe sailing system. Magma built the mast using high-strength carbon, epoxy prepreg laminate. Each mast was produced in 4 large sections, top and bottom, port and starboard. In the lower sections, 370 layers of carbon were laid up in open molds. For the curing, Magma designed and manufactured oven software to monitor and control the cook cycle over a 3-day period. Embedded in the mast is a network of fiber optic sensors to give real-time comprehensive load data for safety, historical data, condition monitoring, and sail performance optimization. The total sail area of 3,747 square meters is equal to the size of half a football pitch and is 67% larger than Maltese Falcon's 2,370 square meters. Unlike the many small sails that deploy from Falcon's mainmast, Sailing Yacht A's fully battened mainsail, at 1,464 square meters, is a single piece and furls on a carbon fiber mandrel inside a U-shaped boom at the press of a button. No crew are required. The total length of fiber used in the sail is 754 miles, or long enough if pulled straight to stretch from the shipyard in Kiel to Monaco. 2 other huge glass bulwarks are found on Deck 7 at 11 meters in length and forward of the owner's deck at 15 meters long. GLY also supplied 3 elliptical-shaped pieces for the underwater observation pod that is molded into the keel. By using special GLY marine carbon interlayers during lamination, the company reduced the glass thickness and weight by as much as 50% compared to typical windows. Germany's GL Yachtverglassen developed the yacht's glass, including the longest piece of curved glass ever made, a 1.8-ton, 15-meter bulwark forward on the bridge deck. The designer wanted to make the look as clean as possible and preferably without railings. The only way to make invisible railings was to make them out of glass, explains Kloosterman. That is a lot of work just for glass. I'm sure it cost a big chunk of the project and also made the build a lot more difficult than it already is. Inside, up to 54 crew will run a superyacht enough to serve a hotel, stretching uninterrupted across 2 decks. In contrast to the volume of the everyday living accommodation is arguably the most incredible feature on board, occupying the smallest space, an underwater viewing pod molded into the keel, offering a view of the props. Now you understand why this yacht cost $578 million. Let's see why this boat was actually seized by Italian police. And no, it was not used to traffic drugs or anything illegal. The billionaire would be smart enough to use cheaper boats and definitely not under his name. Few days later, the businessman was placed on an EU sanction list following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The EU and many countries started seizing Russian billionaire assets, yachts, planes, mansions, or anything they can get a hold of. It seems Sailing Yacht A was at the northern port of Trieste, Italy on March 12 when Italy put the boat into custody. A spokesperson for Melnichenko, Alex Andreev, said the businessman had no relation to the tragic events in Ukraine. He has no political affiliations. But lucky Andrey Melnichenko does have another superyacht, the motor yacht A, which also cost $300 million to produce. Here is a list of a few other yachts seized recently. Yacht Lena belonging to Gennady Timchenko, an oligarch close to Russian President Vladimir Putin, in the port of San Remo, Italy on March 5, 2022. Yacht Lady M, owned by Russian oligarch Alexei Mordashov, is docked at Imperia Harbor, Italy, Saturday, March 5, 2022. Yacht Amore Vero belongs to Igor Sechin, a Putin ally, docked in the Mediterranean resort of La Ciotat March 3, 2022. Just these yachts alone probably already cost billions, and this is not including other assets, planes, mansions, jewelry, or anything they can get their hands on. The sanctions are supposed to stop the Russian invasions of Ukraine, but it is probably more effective at giving a reason to seize billionaire assets. Comment down below what you think will happen to these seized assets. Now, these billionaires may or may not have anything to do with the war directly, but their tax money is surely there to fuel it. It is said that Putin hides his money through these Russian oligarchs. I'm sure that most people in Russia don't want war, especially the oligarchs, now that their assets are being seized by other countries. Their net worth will probably decrease a lot during this war. There is even a Russian businessman named Alex Kononenkin who put a $1 million bounty on Vladimir Putin's head, calling military officers to arrest him as a war criminal. No dispute or conflict can ever justify the cost of lives in a war. No matter who wins or loses, lives will be lost on both sides. If every country in the world would put their military budget into helping people, I'm sure this world can only be better. But I guess world peace can only happen in heaven when everyone is already dead. If you like this video, make sure to leave a comment down below and subscribe to the channel. It will help reach more people and hopefully can change the world, starting with you and me. Make sure to watch the other videos on our channel to see what other things the rich spends their money with.